OnePlus started as a simple idea. It made one phone and one phone only, the so-called flagship killer, a device with the fastest processor around for a much lower price than other flagships. These days, OnePlus is a bit different. It sells not one and not two, but 6 different phones. Trying to pick the right OnePlus phone is a bit of a challenge, and the newest OnePlus 8T adds even more nuance. In the OnePlus universe, the new 8T is a bit cheaper than the company's flagship, the OnePlus 8 Pro, that it released in April. And it's also a tiny bit more expensive than the OnePlus 8, a phone of nearly identical size and specs. It's a strange middle ground. The 8T does have the 120Hz fast refresh rate from the flagship 8 Pro, but it doesn't have the flagship camera system. It also comes with a flat screen, while the 8 and the 8 Pro both feature curved displays. And to complicate things further, it adds a revolutionary new charging system that no other OnePlus phone so far has. Is your head spinning already? I know mine is. To simplify things, here's my take on the OnePlus 8T that I have been using in the last week. You have 3 big reasons to buy it. Reason number 1 is that this phone is faster than most other Android phones. Other phones typically slow down after a couple of years, but not OnePlus phones. All of them run fast for years and are extremely reliable. Reason number 2. It comes with a revolutionary new 65-watt charger that tops up the phone in about 30 minutes. You no longer need to charge your phone at night, ever. This is a huge deal. And I'm seriously frustrated how it is getting so little media attention, while other features that are arguably less impressive, like say Apple's new MagSafe for example, are vastly overhyped. The OnePlus 8T does not have wireless charging because it doesn't need to. The 65-watt warp charge technology gives you a 70% charge in less than 20 minutes. That's just incredible. OnePlus has cleverly split the battery on this phone in 2 and tops up both parts simultaneously to achieve those high charging speeds. And the company promises that the fast charging won't fry these batteries any faster than regular charging. And it makes the fast charging claims by companies like Samsung, Google and Apple feel a bit outdated. Now there is a lot of talk about MagSafe on your iPhones, but to me the whole idea looks a lot like wired charging, only you snap the charger magnetically instead of plugging it in, and it still takes 2 hours to fully charge the phone. Warp charge on the OnePlus 8T is by far the most convenient and revolutionary charging technology out there. Number 3 to buy the OnePlus 8T is price. This phone costs $750 in the United States with the charger, a screen protector and with a case included in the box. This is not quite as cheap as previous OnePlus phones, but it's still a great deal. Okay, while you have a lot of reasons to buy the 8T, there is also one big reason why you might want to look elsewhere. The camera. As amazing as fast charging on this phone is, it's equally frustrating how underwhelming the camera is. OnePlus insists on including 2 basically useless sensors on the back of the phone, a macro lens and a black and white monochrome lens. The latter being so useless that it is placed as the last filter in the camera app, and most people probably wouldn't even be able to find it while using the phone. And the macro lens is basically another wasted lens. With mediocre quality you can actually get almost better close-up shots using the main lens. At the same time, there is no dedicated telephoto lens that would have actually been useful for zooming and for better portrait shots. Frustrating? Yes. We compared the OnePlus 8T cameras against the Google Pixel 5 and the Galaxy S20 FE. and the 8T was inconsistent and simply not on the same level as those two phones that actually cost less. Let's be fair though and put things in perspective. In good conditions, you still get quite decent photos out of the OnePlus 8T. Now don't expect straight up terrible photos. Not at all, but the competition has really improved their camera game, while OnePlus has not, and you can tell. And that is a bit of a shame, since we have seen that OnePlus is capable of making a good camera in the OnePlus 8 Pro. It just didn't include it here on this phone. And we understand, otherwise people would have no big reason to buy the more expensive OnePlus 8 Pro. But that's not what the never settle idea of OnePlus was all about when the company started, and it feels a bit strange. But really, it's hard to find other flaws and faults with the OnePlus 8T except for the camera. It's a big phone, but reasonably big. With a 6.5-inch screen, it's about the size of the Galaxy S20 Plus. But it's not quite as big as the S20 Ultra or the Note 20 Ultra. Now, by the way, I really wish OnePlus made a more compact phone, as that's currently missing in their lineup. Now, something else to know is that the aquamarine version that we have here has a glossy back. And if you prefer a matte finish that doesn't capture so many fingerprints, go for the silver model. In terms of biometrics, the optical fingerprint scanner here is super fast, much faster than the one on Samsung phones for example, and using it has been effortless. And like all other OnePlus phones, you get a 3-way mute switch, a physical one, which is extremely convenient, and it's one feature I wish more Android phone makers would adopt. And the phone runs on Android 11 out of the box. This is the first non-Google phone with Android 11, and OnePlus also has a great track record with Android updates, which is great to hear. Oh yes, one thing I did notice is when you're using the phone, it warms up perceptibly when you play games and use heavier apps. It doesn't get scorching hot, but it does warm up quite a bit. And that's it. For everything except for the camera, the OnePlus 8T is great. It has a brilliant display with industry-leading quality, but even that seems like something we have come to expect out of phones these days. The 120Hz refresh rate makes scrolling and swiping so buttery smooth, and multitasking is also a breeze. OnePlus has also paid attention to the little details. The vibration motor on this phone is incredible. It provides subtle, precise feedback. Typing on a keyboard with such a nice vibration feedback is a joy, and I felt I was typing faster and with less mistakes. And battery life on the 8T is also solid. You get a 4500 mAh battery, which is a reasonable size, and with average use, I was getting through a full day with no need to recharge, but this is not a 2-day phone. And loudspeaker quality is also decent, but not quite the best we have heard. That honor actually goes to last year's Pixel 4 XL, but the newer iPhones and Galaxy also sound a bit better than this phone via the loudspeakers. So at the end of the day, the OnePlus 8T is a phone that is a joy to use and that brings a revolution in charging that has really gone undeservedly under the radar. Now, if camera is not on the top of your list of priorities, this is an easy phone to recommend. But with so many OnePlus phones and so few differences between the models, it does feel that the big never settle idea has started to water down, and OnePlus would benefit from a more focused approach to take on the big guys. And that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, that's hugely appreciated, and check us out on the web at PhoneArena.com. My name is Vic, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.